What's good, YouTube? Dom, Staven Sports Cards here, back with another video. I have a quick YouTube card mail day, a few cards to share with you guys, but before I get into the cards, we have a video response for John at Wade Boggs Fan, celebrating 1,000 subscribers. And while 1,000 subscribers doesn't typically sound like a big thing, in our YouTube card community, that is a hell of a milestone. Congratulations, my friend. Not only is he the biggest Wade Boggs fan that I've ever met, but meeting him at the National, seeing his pickups, talking his process, watching his videos, he has amassed such a great vintage collection, and it's been awesome to follow his progress and watch his content and become a friend. So for his contest, he wants us to name at least 5 channels that have under 500 subscribers. And John, being such a great guy, not only did that, but he did 10 himself. And I wanted to do 10 as well, but when I checked, I had 9 post-it notes. So I did 9 myself. And one of them I did steal from John's because it was the most shocking of the 10 that he shared. But without further ado, I'm going to count backwards and from the most subs to the least subs. And if you like these channels, please check them out. Please subscribe to them. They're great members of this community and people that I definitely think need more exposure. This first one, Dean Gearhart, I collect it all. 341 subs. Now, Dean's a great guy. I got to meet him at the National as well. It really shocked me that he was under 500 subs because just like his name, he really does collect it all. There is such a range in his videos, vintage, junk wax, some modern, different sports sets. He has so much stuff and a ton of knowledge, really cool guy, and I would have assumed that he was over 500 subs, but other than the really big boys, I was clicking on everybody's channels that I follow to see who didn't have 500, and he was one that I definitely wanted to shout out and hopefully help get him over the 500 subscriber milestone. This is the one I stole from John's video. That 70s card show. John Keating, 259 subs now, which is more than when John shouted him out. Hopefully we can get him a few more. But I've actually followed John's channel for a long time, more so for the podcast format. I love his podcast. As someone that went to school for communication and did college radio, John is someone that I look up to because he has such a good radio voice that he can take you to the 70s with the way that he talks about the era. He has that special of a speaking voice, amazing collector, wealth of knowledge, really cool guy that I look up to in this hobby. And I was shocked that he wasn't pushing 1,000 subs, let alone 500. So definitely check him out. His podcast is everywhere you can find podcasts. Next one I was introduced to by my good friend Jake, and the Drew. Again, someone that just has a ton of baseball knowledge, and he collects not just baseball cards, but other baseball-related stuff, and usually has really cool stories behind the players and the items that he has. A channel that I was really happy to be introduced to and think that he deserves a lot more subscribers, and hopefully you guys that haven't heard of him will check him out and see what I'm talking about. Really great content. Always makes me think or look something up after his videos. So definitely check out the Drew. This one's a crime dog. RuDog21 has 123 subs. This man has been doing YouTube for over 2 years now, I believe. And he's such a great guy. I met Mark at the National. Really down to earth. The 21's for Clemente, but he collects other things as well. And he should just have way more subscribers than that. He's been doing it for a long time. Great member of this community and someone that should be getting a lot more support. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of RuDog, but if you're not subscribed, definitely go check him out and sub. This next one is a father-son duo, Zach and Porter. They're big Chicago fans, Bears, Bulls, and White Sox. And it's just so wholesome, their content. Seeing a father and son that collect together, go to shows together, him teaching his son about the legends of the game and the different sets, and it's just super cool. A lot of their stuff is on the modern side, but they do have some vintage mixed in, and you know, they have 91 videos, and I think they've been making videos for 4 or 5 months, and they only have 109 subs to show from it. They're very dedicated. They put out a lot of great content, and you'll always feel good about this hobby after watching their videos. So definitely go check them out. It's a channel I've mentioned on my 3 and 3 episode. My buddy Joe at 4 Soft Corners. We got his sub count up a little bit, but it's still too low. Joe is super modest, has an insane collection, super underrated. Philadelphia sports fan, so he's been riding the high of that Phillies thing, but he collects vintage cards, whether it's in the sets or different varieties, but awesome stuff on the channel at all times. Hearing great stories. He has friends in the hobby outside of YouTube, and he's been making a lot of great connections in the YouTube community as well. Subscribe to Joe. You will not regret it. Great stuff in every video. This next one, Sexton Knife Works. You might have seen it in the comments somewhere, whether it's on my video or someone else's, and thought, oh, he doesn't have a baseball profile picture. It sounds like a work account email. They don't make videos. Well, Mike actually does make videos, and when I found out about this, I went and I watched his first video, because that's what I like to do when I find a new channel, especially a relatively new channel. And his first video, my jaw dropped to the floor with the stuff he was sharing. His collection is unbelievable, and I have not heard anybody mention his channel anywhere on YouTube with the different shout-outs and stuff that happen in this great card community. Definitely check him out, support him, give him the positive reinforcement he needs to keep sharing his awesome collection, because every single video he's made has had really awesome cards, and you will not regret checking out Mike at Sexton Knife Works. Next one is my buddy Dave at Legends of the Dugout. Really cool name that actually goes to the name of a famous painting that a lot of you will recognize, with past and present legends all sitting around in the dugout. He has 58 subs, and he's pretty new to YouTube, but someone that through mutual friends and this great YouTube card community, I've really gotten to know. And he's a great guy that I would love to see more exposure and making more connections out there in the hobby. I have a lot of respect for him because he did serve our country, and I will always be super appreciative of the men and women that do that for our country. Definitely check out Dave's channel. He loves vintage cardboard and the history of the game, and someone that just has a ton of baseball knowledge and loves this hobby. So check out Dave. You will not regret it. He only has 58 subs. And the last one is John, 3D 80s Kid. This is also a channel that I learned about in the last couple months. And I learned it through a live where someone said that they saw his recent video, and I didn't know he was making videos, so I clicked on it, and he's just such an awesome guy. That not only does he put in the time to make some nice edits that are really hilarious, but he talks about the cards and shows off the cards to do them justice. Big fan of the 1960 top set, but he collects all different kinds of things. He just had a SGC reveal with some players that have the same last name as him, which is a really cool thing that I wish I could partake in, but I sadly do not have any manas out there. But John is someone that is a great new addition to this card community, and I definitely think he needs more exposure. 42 is a great number with Jackie Robinson, but he deserves a lot more subs. So that's the 9 that I have to share with you. Congratulations again, John, on your achievement. You're a great member of this community, and I hope that some of these channels you possibly haven't heard of as well and can go check out. Now I got a quick mail day, which is my 10th shout out is not a channel that has less than 500, but a channel that is a good friend of mine. That is Brian Roth at Card Soup. It always makes my day better when I have a Card Soup package in the mail. And working back in time, got this 1955 Bowman, which is one of my favorite sets, Bob Feller. I just love that image of him with the Chief Wahoo logo on the shoulder, just framed perfectly in that TV screen. And it has a crease to the right of his head, but it's one of those arm's length creases where if you hold it an arm's length away, the card looks pretty great. And I love it. This is a set that I really appreciate, and when I saw that he had this for sale, I needed to make a deal on it. So, thank you, Brian. 1956 Topps, Bob Feller. The only problem with this card is someone made a pencil mark up there, but I love the high leg kick action pose that it has on the side of him. Really cool C with the Chief Wahoo in it. You don't see that on a lot of cards. And the cartoon on the back is just unbelievable. Bob shares the record for most pitching no-hitters with 3. I brought my own zeros, it says. He also struck out 18 men in one game in 1938 for the all-time mark. Bob has won more games than any other active pitcher. Bob Feller, he has signed a lot, so his autograph is not worth much, but really underrated pitcher. Most pitchers are underrated in the hobby, and to get a few Fellers that I didn't have for what I think is a steal was really awesome from Brian. And the last one is a big get for my 1965 Topps set, and that is Roberto Clemente. I know I butchered that Lou Rock, but this is such a cool card. It's off-center top to bottom, but it doesn't have any huge issues on it. I love the pirate cartoon on the back. Bob tied a major league mark by hitting 3 triples in one game. It talks about his batting crowns in 61 and 64. Just the pink with the Pirates yellow, whatever Topps was thinking out of the box, it just works. And I love this card. Great headshot with the old uniform. And a huge get, one of the big 5 in this set that I needed for the set. Appreciate you guys listening as always. I hope you guys are enjoying the MLB playoffs and the NFL season. There's been crazy trades and injuries already. Keep collecting, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.